Hey Amanda,
Hey Randy.
what are we attempting today?
Attempting to make tomato sauce with tomatoes.
Okay.
It's a good starting point, tomatoes.
All right, so what's the first step that you are doing right now?
First thing I did was I just rinsed off my tomatoes, took all the stems off. Now I am blanching them. So to do that, bring a pot of water to a full boil. And then you want to drop in a few tomatoes. Just do a few at a time, it's easier. Put them in the boiling water for 15 to 30 seconds, that's it. Take them right out and immediately put them in some ice water. I have some ice water here with some already blanched tomatoes in it. You can see how the skin is already, it makes it peel right off when you blanch it and then throw it in some ice water.
That's a pretty cool trick.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna put some more in hot water.
I am.
All right, let's see. There's our water in a boil.
There we go. You'll start to see them split and the skin peel while they're in the water too. Starting on this one here. Show ya. See that?
I'm trying to get close. There, you see it?
Yep, the skin's peeling, splitting, peeling. It's wrinkling right up.
Cool. That was
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah. So out they come and into the ice water.
And what does the ice water do?
And that separates the hot, I don't know, separates the skin.
I'm pretty sure it stops the cooking.
Oh yes, it stops the cooking. I didn't know what I'm doing. You're the one telling me what to do here.
Yeah, that's actually true.
There you go.
This is my idea. I'm just grilling Amanda, seeing if she knows what
Yes,
she's doing.
this was all Randy's idea, but he likes to put the camera on me.
Well, look how cute you are.
He just tells me what to do and makes me stay in the kitchen barefoot, in front of the stove.
All right. We'll keep you updated as we go along here.
Okay, Randy, so what are you doing right now?
I'm taking the skin off and where the stem would be of the tomatoes. So they've already been in the boiling bath, blanched, and then you put them into the ice water to stop the cooking process. And then I'm just cutting the top off and then peeling the skin off of them. And I'll show you how easy that is. You see this one here. You can see the skin's already split almost all the way around. See, there's the top. Just take your knife, just cut around it. Right, so I'm just popping that out and the skin just comes right off.
The skin comes right off?
Yeah, the skin comes right off.
Alright, and then they just go in this bowl.
Yeah.
I see you're doing various kinds of tomatoes here.
Yeah, we've got some from our garden and we got a few from like local farmers market. There's our yellow pear tomatoes. Now they're so small and the skin is so thin, I'm not really doing anything with them. I'm just taking them as is and putting them in here.
Alright, so we'll be back with the next step. Our bowl of tomatoes. It's just a little more than what we have in this bowl here. We did this and then a tiny bowl next to it. Okay. This is our flesh bowl. It's got the flesh of the tomatoes in it. And this is our juicy guts bowl. And what we're doing is taking this strainer and we're squishing tomatoes in it.
Yeah, as much liquid and seeds as we can get out of it. Like the slimy crap that's in between.
Let's see you do it.
Oh well, where's the knife? What you're supposed to do is cut these in half before you do that.
Here, start that again. Okay, no.
Okay, you're supposed to cut this in half. So be careful. And then you see all the juice and stuff in between and the seeds. That's what you want to get rid of. So squeeze it. Get as much of that out as you can. Right? And it's the flesh on the outside, this part, that you want to keep. So that is going into this bowl. So same thing here. Squeeze. You start tearing it apart, you'll see there's seeds. Most of the gunk is in there. I'm not afraid of a few seeds though. So this is the part you're supposed to keep.
How's it going, Randy?
Final few.
Is it it?
Crazy. We made a mess of the entire kitchen.
Well, at least this whole corner.
They squirt!
Yeah. Ugh. Did you squirt the wall?
Oopsie.
Ew. So Randy, what's next?
Now we have to puree those.
And how do people do that?
You can do it a blender, a food processor, you can chop it up by hand like crazy. But we have a blender.
So we'll be doing it in a blender. Because our food processor is really small. It would do like 2 tomatoes at a time.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Now that we've pureed our tomatoes, we have added 1 can of tomato paste from the store. It's 156 milliliters or 5.5 fluid ounces, 100% pure tomato paste, and we just dolloped it throughout the mixture. Taken, this is fresh basil, purchased at the store because ours didn't grow this year. And I've chopped it into about 1/2 inch size pieces. And I'll be sprinkling that in the paste now. It sticks to my fingers. I love the smell of the basil. What else goes in there, Randy?
Oregano.
Ooh, I have oregano. Dry oregano, is that good?
It's from our garden. It's fairly fresh, but it's dried in the dehydrator.
Oregano? It's dry, is that okay, Randy?
Yep. Well, we dried it just in our dehydrator, so it should be fine.
Makes a difference.
Okay, it's about the same amount goes into.
So I need to put quite a bit in there?
Yeah. I'll tell you when.
I'm gonna use my fingers. I suppose it's concentrated because it's dry.
Yeah.
It smells good. More?
That should be good.
I think that's good.
Alright, so then the next thing we have to do is mince some garlic.
There's the master at work.
Master of nothing.
Well, we don't need any fancy garlic press.
Like some Maritimers we know.
Oh, do some Maritimers we know use garlic presses?
Our bearded friend.
That was a shot.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna mince the garlic.
What are you mincing it with?
A slap chop.
Wow.
It's my only as seen on TV kitchen. Okay, it's not my only as seen on TV kitchen thing, but it's the one that I would give up last. It's as good as they say it is.
All right, show us how it's done.
Alright. See, isn't it beautiful?
Wait, let me get this close up. Hang on. Look at that. Let's go a little bit more. But almost there.
One finger. You just slap, 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 slap.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah. Stop having boring tuna. Stop having boring life.
Okay, so I've just finished things up here. We put the minced garlic already in. I have chopped up an onion. Actually, I've diced up an onion, and that's already in. I've also put one whole green pepper. Has to be store-bought. We don't have any in the garden at the moment. Also, this is Italian parsley. We didn't grow any of that this year either. So that is in there as well. And I'm going to mix it all up. So this is what it looks like. It's just a whole bunch. Just pile it all on the top. Mix it up. I haven't started actually cooking it yet. Plan is to do that tomorrow. But you mix it up and it will actually, all the flavors will go into your sauce. So you let it sit overnight and all the flavors will just permeate the whole entire thing. And when you start to cook it down, those flavors will just come out even more. So everything's in there, onions, you name it, it's all ready to go. So we're just going to mix it up, put it in the fridge overnight. Tomorrow night we're going to start cooking it down. Alright, so we'll update you tomorrow. Okay, so you saw the sauce when we put it in the fridge. And so now we've been boiling this down for about an hour and almost a half. And it's thickened up. As you can see, oh, the smell of this is just amazing. The whole house smells awesome. But yeah, this is thick enough now that we're going to get ready to start jarring. And we have our pot of water here on the stove. We got 2 burners going to heat it up. But yeah, anyway, we're going to start jarring this, and this is pretty well done. So I'm going to get that ready, and we'll show you how that happens. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Randy.
Alright, so looks like all the bottles are sterilized and the sauce is ready to go. So what are you doing right now?
Adding lemon juice. You need a certain acidity level to your canning when you're just doing a hot water bath canning. So, oops. So I am adding lemon juice to each of these to make sure it's up to the right acidity level. It looks like for tomatoes you need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice per 500 milliliters. Sorry, I don't know what that is in imperial system. One of these smaller middle-sized jars here, your typical jam jar size, that's 500 milliliters. So
And then the bigger one is 1 liter, which
liter,
is
so
500 milliliters times 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why we like the metric system.
Welcome
It's
to
very
metric.
easy.
Very easy, yes.
So 2 tablespoons of lemon juice for the 1 liters. Alrighty.
Alright, so what's the next step?
Well, do we want 2 huge jars of this?
Yes.
Alright. So, using my, what's it called?
Canning funnel?
A funnel. I'm using my funnel on each of the jars. There,
Let's
just
take a quick
little
peek
easier.
at this. It's been sitting for a little bit off the heat.
Yeah.
So what are you using to
A spoon.
ladle?
Ladle.
Okay, you're using a ladle. Okay.
All right. It's nice and thick. So just scooping each of those in. If you didn't add herbs earlier, ooh, ouchie! You can add herbs at this point if you want, dried herbs. Oh, it's hot still. Tastes good though. Fill it up just to there. About half an inch from the very top.
Okay, and repeat the process, right?
Yes.
All right. So do we need to show them anything more?
Yeah, well, once we're done filling these jars, you may want to take a spatula, a rubber spatula, and run it around on the inside just to get rid of any air bubbles that might be there. And then you'll want to take a damp cloth and wipe the top rim
Why?
in case anything could have possibly splashed on this, because you need a nice tight seal when you put the lids on.
Okay.
All right.
So any debris or anything that's on the rim would have a possibility of not making a tight seal, right?
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's a much bigger concern when you're doing things like jams because of the sugar content in what you're doing, but
Ah.
good to do with everything you can.
All right. How much more we got left in there? We got 2 big ones and
At least one small.
at least 1 small one. Maybe 2.
This might just be a partial jar, so if you get a partial jar, put that in your fridge and use it up in the next like 7 days or something. You don't even have to put that in the hot water bath because you're gonna
Use it.
that one right away.
All right.
Spatula.
Okay. Hey, there it is. So show us how it's done.
Run it down the sides.
I think since it's a sauce, if you just kind of like tap it a little bit, all the air bubbles will come up to the surface anyway.
I don't know. I don't know what the big deal is if you do get air bubbles. But everyone says to do that, so.
Okay, so next step is you're going to wipe the top, put the tops on, put the rings on, put them in the hot water bath, and how long in the hot water bath?
At a rolling boil, you want it 10 minutes, unless you're at like a higher altitude. In that case, check what it should be for your area. But for most people, 10 minutes in the hot water bath.
I'm sorry, that was a higher whatitude?
Altitude.
Oh, I thought you said altitude.
I might have said altitude. I am Canadian, you know.
Eh?
Eh? And this one won't matter because we're going to use that one up.
Sweet. So describe the taste of our sauce.
I don't know. Garlicky, basil-y.
It looks good.
I need my wand.
What kind of wand is that?
Oh, magnet. It's got a magnet on the end.
It's a magnetic wand?
Yeah.
You wipe the top?
No, thank you for the reminder.
Even the pros.
I The other one looks clean. No, there's a big chunk on it. And that one doesn't matter.
All right. So I see the one that you put on the jar without wiping the top, you put on the one that we're going to use this week. All right.
Good thinking. You know? Weird. I guess it's a really good thing that, oh, they're stuck together. I was like, one's missing. There we go. Finger tight with these.
Finger tight.
Yeah, so don't go crazy on it.
And the purpose of the ring is only to keep the top on the jar.
Just
It is
keep it
not
in
actually to
place.
make the seal.
Right. Good memory. Okay.
And any of the new subscribers, we're actually referring to a previous video we did doing canning for our pickles. We mentioned that. Okay, so they're going to the bath, and that's it, right?
That's it. 10 minutes. Once you take them out, what was I gonna say? Okay, once you take them out, let them sit. Try not to tilt them. Keep them in one spot. Let them sit for 24 hours or something. Do not press the tops down. You should hear it pop. Doesn't matter if you don't hear it pop, but usually you do. And that will indent on its own, and you know you've got a good seal. I guess I don't need to do
Okay,
this.
so is it normal to see bubbles coming out of the
Yeah,
tops
I
of
do
those?
every time. Every time I do it, so
All right.
I'm not sure why, but I do.
Okay,
Alright.
so 10 minutes.
10 minutes once it's back to a boil, yeah.
Okay, so in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. All right. You're so cute.
That's good.